Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Let's Play Parasite Eve. Last time, when we left off, we were just getting ready to leave the NYPD 17th police station, which I surmise is very likely sort of the headquarters hub for much of the game. I discovered I can store items and upgrade weapons and that sort of thing. I don't know, of course, I've never played this game before, but I imagine we'll be coming back here rather frequently. I'm learning more about the mechanics as I go, like the weapon upgrade system is pretty cool. I'm pretty certain there is no money, so I don't need to worry about destroying or storing or discarding items, which is nice. And I also got the comments about the game volume being too loud and drowning out my voice. The emulator doesn't actually have a native volume control, which is obviously somewhat irritating and a pretty big feature oversight for what is otherwise a pretty great emulator. But I have been able to turn it down in the native Windows volume mixer. I've started by dropping it from 100% to 70%, so let me know how that sounds, please. With that all said, let's get going. Pick up right where we left off. I think we're headed to the museum because we got that phone call about mitochondria, and one of our fellow officers remembered that a scientist at the museum studies mitochondria. I keep expecting it to be tank controls because it looks so much like Resident Evil or Silent Hill, but it isn't. Anything to say, Eddie? What a case to have on Christmas, huh? Same dialogue. Okay. And that's fine, to be clear. Ah, yes. We now have the museum. Let's head there. We're going to the Museum of Natural History. Dr. Hans Klamp will be there. Dr. Klamp, what's his area of research? Well, according to the papers, he's working on a new theory. Mitochondria something, but it seems to cover the whole genetic spectrum. That's odd, to have a PhD and be working in a museum. Well, he's pretty antisocial and doesn't like to waste time outside research. Oh, great. We're gonna have a grand time with this one. Yeah, I know where you're going with this. Just be careful this time, huh? Are you referring to the press conference? By the way, sidebar. Totally, unpaid, unplanned endorsement. If you're a coffee drinker, these Ember mugs keep your drink warm. Freaking awesome. Yeah. Daniel, why do you kiss the Chief's butt? You two joined the force at the same time, didn't you? Yeah, but that was years ago. Now he's my boss. I realize not everyone's big into coffee, but man, this thing is awesome. Oh, hey, look, it's a Final Fantasy reference. American Museum of Natural History, and it's got a chocobo banner on the front. It's been a while since I visited the museum. The world of dinosaurs. Dinosaur exhibit. Loved these things when I was a kid. I think I can actually read the dates. It looks like November 1st to January 13th. Looks like it's closed today. Well, let's see what that security guard can do for us. Ooh, hear the snow crunch. I'm quite sure there's nothing off to the sides, but You know how I do. I'm gonna check anyway. Hey there, how you doing? Doing okay. Pretty cold day, though. How about yourself? We're with the NYPD. We're looking for a Dr. Klamp. He works here, doesn't he? Sure does. As a matter of fact, he's up there in his room right now. Did he do something? Nah, we just want to talk to him. That's all. Thank you. It shouldn't take long. Place is pretty creepy without any people. You'll find him in the research lab on the second floor. He's been pretty busy for the past few weeks. Doesn't come out, ever. Thanks. Oh yeah, this smacks of future level. Oh, by the way, could you sign in? It's policy. Lets us keep track of who comes in. Thanks, Aya. Gee, Daniel, you sure you don't want to run down here and do it yourself? Notebook's on the counter. Thanks. Okay. I can't interact with these doors at all. Not even to get a message that they're locked. Same apparently with the elevator. Do not enter, of course. What's this? No telling. Notebook's on the counter. Thanks. Let's go ahead and do that. Just my name? Yep, that should be enough, unless you want to leave your number, too. Alright. I realize we haven't really done much, but let's go ahead and save. Never a bad thing to get a hard save in, he says, not knowing if it might impact his ending or what have you. God, that's good. Granted, I'm a caffeine addict. Bona fide, unashamed. Wow, I love coffee. Just hope this place doesn't explode or anything one of these days, you know? Oh yeah, definitely a future real level. All that stuff we can't enter right now. Hey, Aya. Over here. Do not enter. There's the elevator again. Can't mess with it on this floor. I mean, you'd think it would at least give me a the door is locked message or whatever. I'd like to verify that I can interact with these things at some point, but everything seems really on rails for the moment. Hey, it's open. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Hello? Hey! Dr. Klamp. Dr. Klamp. I hear you. We're with the NYPD. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Professor, we're looking for clues concerning the incident which occurred. Are you accusing me? What? This again? What is this? This man. I know him, I think. Oh boy. What's wrong? Are you okay, Aya? Yeah. We'd like to ask you about the mitochondria research you've been doing. NYPD, huh? Why are you interested in my work? The suspect mentioned that the mitochondria would be set free. Now do you... That suspect ignited people without laying a finger on them. Then it transformed into some kind of creature and ran off. Since she mentioned mitochondria, we were hoping you could supply us with some info. Haha, you two have absolutely no idea what the true mitochondria is like. Do you? The mitochondria possesses its own unique genetic code. Its own? Are you saying it's a separate organism? Precisely. Kinda like a parasite or something, huh? Hey, that's the name of the game, Parasite Eve. Parasite? That's an interesting way of describing this most fascinating creature. We cannot live without the mitochondria. Do you understand? The mitochondria creates energy for us. Without it, we're nothing. We are here because the mitochondria allows us to be here. Our brain, for example. The brain functions due to the interaction between axons and dendrites. This interaction is possible due to the energy the mitochondria provides. Did you know the mitochondria is capable of discharging 200,000 volts of electricity? This not only pertains to electrical discharge, but also applies to heat energy as well. Heat? Then the combustions from last night were... For a human to burn and melt, 1600 degrees of heat must be generated. There are several hundred mitochondria present within a single cell. If all the mitochondria in the body began functioning at the same time, a tremendous amount of energy would be generated and released. Melting a human into a puddle of fluid would be a simple task with so much energy. So you're saying that the mitochondria ignited these people? Professor, you may be right in that we need the mitochondria to live. But in the end, we're just using them for energy, right? Haha, you have no idea. The mitochondria has control over an organism's growth. Take this hand, for example. Before we're born, the hand is merely a glob of flesh. But when cells between the fingers deteriorate, that's when the fingers first form. When the cells which make up the body aren't needed anymore, it receives a signal to die. This signal is initiated by the mitochondria. When it is relayed, the genetic information in the nucleus is cut off and, in essence, dies. The same can be said for aging. The mitochondria mutates 10 times faster than cells. Of course, this also applies to mutant forms of mitochondria as well. When too many mutant mitochondria multiply, energy production level decreases. The decrease in energy production is associated with the aging process. So, are you still stupid enough to say that we are the higher species? But you're not saying that the mitochondria is doing all this consciously, right? When I said that the mitochondria could mutate 10 times faster than normal cells, I also meant that they could evolve at a rate 10 times faster. Since the beginning of creation, the mitochondria has been evolving at this rate. It's no surprise if they possess a power beyond our cognition. No surprise at all. Let me tell you something. There was a scientist who tried to determine the mutation rate of the mitochondria. This is actually important. I'm gonna pause reading here for a second. I don't know much about it, but I do know that this game is actually, story-wise, a sequel to a Japanese horror movie, and I think it was actually a novel first, and then they made it into a movie, also called Parasite Eve. So I don't really know the story of that very well, or at all, but I know that these mentions of some prior incident in Japan are references specifically to that horror novel / horror movie. Just FYI. With this, the scientist wanted to establish a connection with human ancestry. In 1987, it was announced that the root of all humans can be traced to a single woman in Africa. This finding was announced around the world. And with this, the mitochondrial theory spread like wildfire. You know what they call the root of it all? Mitochondria Eve. Splendid name. Just incredible. Eve? The suspect in yesterday's case called herself Eve. What? Hey, if you know anything, you better not be holding back on us. She called herself Eve? Sorry, but I've told you what I know. I'd like to return to my studies now. I believe you know the way out. Hey, you better explain what the hell is going on here. Daniel, forget it. Let's just go. God damn it. Oh, wow, we got kicked all the way out. So I guess we go back to the station. That makes the most sense. But look, we've gone from daytime to nighttime. I have a feeling that's when bad things are gonna start. What the hell is wrong with that guy? I can't stand him. That man. I've seen him before, but I can't remember where. It's Daniel. What? Okay, we'll be right there. Aya, looks like we got a break in the case. What? We gotta get back to the station, Aya. Hang on, I'm kicking this into turbo. City Police Department, 17th Precinct. And we're back. Hey, Aya, any news on the case? Hope you bag this creep soon. I'd hate to bump into him on the street. The whole place is going nuts. Wonder what's happened. Oh yeah, I want to check the locker that dude was so excited about. It's locked! Alright. There's definitely something good in there. Just remember in the last episode, that guy was like hovering over this locker, muttering to his breath, "It's mine, it's mine!" I feel like we're definitely supposed to follow Daniel, so I'm gonna go everywhere else first, as is tradition. Hey, we have an emergency meeting in the conference room. Sure it's a massive emergency. Save again. I feel like this is going to be a dialogue-only episode. Those definitely happen in JRPGs, and I think this is the first JRPG I've ever played for either on my old channel or obviously the current one. I think that's true. Oh, not quite. I played Earthbound. I played Earthbound on my first channel. Alright, just reminiscing. Alright, well, you know how I do. Let's check downstairs. We haven't picked up any new items, so I'm just checking for dialogue. Weapons department is locked. Can still visit the doggos. This one's retiring after this year. He sure does deserve a break. Oh no. They're gonna kill the dog. I can already tell. I mean, could you it's like the old cop movie trope. If he's retiring, he's definitely gonna die. And they're putting it on the dog. That's awful. That's awful. I don't want it. I don't want him to kill the dog. You want to leave something here? Alright, I got no junk with me. That's fine. Medicine 1. Did I forget to pick that back up? Or nah, it must have respawned. Ammo plus 6. Nice. I'm at 14 out of 17. He's got a second ammo crate just sitting there empty. Makes me think I'm probably going to need multiple types of ammo eventually. I want to try picking these back up just to see if I can then discard them. Nope, that is not junk. Alright. Three open slots isn't much. I feel like... I mean, I definitely feel like we're going to get into a combat zone pretty soon. I'm of the thinking that I can store... Well, I'll put it this way. I'm going to roll with 1 revive and 5 medicine 1s. That sounds sufficient to me. And that leaves me with 7 open slots for whatever the next zone is. And that actually seems pretty good. Bam. Much better. Alright, what's up? Do you have an equipment modification permit with you? Okay. That's all he wants to talk about, which is fine. Alright. What else we got? I have no idea if I'm making good inventory decisions or not, but I think, I've said this before and I'm trying to actually do it. In terms of inventory management, I've decided it's good to think of this almost as a survival horror game. And so, when I depart the base, I should be thinking in terms of balancing out equipment, adequate healing, and enough open space to not drive me crazy. That's the rule, ma'am. Sorry. I still can't go upstairs. Let's go, folks. We're starting the meeting. Melissa's solo concert was scheduled for today. She had disappeared after last night's incident and the concert was cancelled. But people are still gathering at the stage. We must not let another massacre happen again. The concert is at the Central Park Amphitheater. Central Park? What is it, Daniel? Ben and Lorraine, they're at that concert. What? Daniel, we're not through yet. Screw you, Baker, my son's in danger. Daniel. Aya. Watch his back. Yes, sir. Oh, hey, I got a mod permit. Sorry, folks. Can I go back in? We're definitely going to go spend that mod permit, but... Oh, it's empty. There's Daniel. At Central Park? I sure hope it's not a repeat of last night. Okay, people have new dialogue. I'm nearly certain upstairs is still going to be closed, but there's no harm in checking. Yep. I like this track. It's kind of bopping. Better not kill the dog. I'm sure they're gonna kill the dog. Or even worse, they're gonna mutate it and I'm gonna have to kill it. When are you gonna let me tune up the guns? I didn't ask to be assigned here to watch over the warehouse all day, you know. As long as you see guns as toys, you'll never touch them. Hey, I know I can make a stronger gun than you. Guns aren't supposed to be stronger, you numbskull. They're supposed to be safer. Fine, you geezer. Man, I could do it so much better. I can turn that gun into a cannon, easy. You want to leave something here? Not yet. Or not now. Sorry, Aya. Didn't mean to make a scene. But that goes for you, too. You can never be too careful with a gun. Do you have an equipment modification permit with you? I do. Which gun? The M16. Yeah, let's add a slot. Boom. Alright, just wait here. All set. But just remember, cops own guns for protection. Don't let the guns own you. Right, so I guess I also need to find another tool before I can actually use my new slot. If I'm deciphering all this correctly. Alright, we're getting on half an hour, so as I suspected, this is going to be another strictly dialogue episode. Sorry if that's boring to you, but that does happen in JRPGs, I've noticed. I'm certainly not bored. To be clear, I think it's shaping up to be a pretty interesting little horror story, but yeah, I'm happy I'm playing this game. I'm pretty interested, even despite the obviously dated nature of PS1 everything. I'll check the Chief's room right quick, and then I'm gonna save and call it an episode for today. On the other hand, I'm quite certain that when we get to Central Park, there are going to be happenings. Alright, yeah, I guess that's it. Although I've never really had a good opportunity to search the Chief's office. I just go full adventure game. Troll for interactables right quick. Alright. Nothing to be seen or had, it would seem. And that is just fine. Alright, folks, we are going to save, and that's going to do it for episode 4. Awesome. Alright everybody, this has been episode 4 of Let's Play Parasite Eve. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I hope you'll like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. The video description contains a link to my Discord server, which I also hope you'll consider joining, just to chat about the channel and really about anything and everything. And if you're interested in getting in on the Patreon, which is where my viewers get to sway what gets played on the channel, the link to join that is also in the video description. Parasite Eve, as you may know, is our first Patreon-selected game, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. I think it's great so far. And depending on your support tier, you can either nominate games to be played on the channel, or you can vote amongst the nominees. Whether you do all of those things, some of them, or none of them, I just want to thank you again for watching, and hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.